Thanks for staying with us. Retail giant Target has announced that it is removing some of its LGBT merchandise ahead of Pride Month in June due to what it says was backlash from some customers. Many of the products were created by London-based transgender designer who uses occult and satanic symbols in clothing and products. Here to talk about this and more is Ollie London, social media influencer, spokesperson for the Fairness First PAC, and author of the upcoming book, Gender Madness. Ollie, great to have you back on. I know you've been following this Target story very closely. What more do you know about this clothing designer and the fallout that Target is experiencing from all of this?
Well, yesterday, a Target spokeswoman told Reuters that they are pulling all of the satanic designers' pieces from the Pride collection at Target. If you go on Target's website, they have now removed all of these pieces, and stores are removing them and also moving the Pride sections to less obvious places of the store. So this particular designer has really some bizarre and to be honest, it's very offensive to Christians, some of his art. You know, he has a Ouija board, a picture of Baphomet saying Satan respects pronouns. And these are designs for kids, Tracy. This is not cool. It's mocking Christianity, but it's also promoting Satanism and linking it with transgenderism. So you have to think many of Target's customers in the South, in Texas, Kentucky, are Christian. So you're just mocking your customer base. So I'm glad that they pulled it, but it's not far enough. They need to apologize immediately.
Yeah, it's really shocking. It really is. You know, and Target isn't the only one to feature items specifically designed for Pride Month. Outdoor clothing brand North Face, they also launched a clothing collection featuring rainbow-colored clothing for children, and the spokesperson is a drag queen. Ollie, I want to get your thoughts on all this, and also, why are so many of these products geared towards children?
I mean, it's just crazy and it's beggars belief. So North Face have now released a Pride collection encouraging people to come out, and they have children's clothing, you know, decorated in the rainbow flag. And it's really a push from so many different brands. So we saw Adidas the other day having biological men modeling women's swimsuits. Of course, Target has the tuck-friendly swim designs for women. And they also have all of these children's items as well, you know, talking about becoming trans, for, you know, basically indoctrinating children. And it's just wrong to do that to children. And all of these companies are pushing this based on the Corporate Equality Index, which is set up by the Human Rights Campaign, which is the largest LGBT lobby group in the US. And they basically go around to companies, they give them a perfect 100 score if they push this on their consumers, and that includes children. But it's actually backfired. This actually backfired for Bud Light the other day, because what happened is they had a 100% perfect score with this Corporate Equality Index. And because they didn't defend Dylan Mulvaney, the Human Rights Campaign removed their score and suspended them completely. So it completely backfired. So all of these brands, you know, they need to stop targeting children. They're upsetting a lot of consumers. And, you know, why would they do this to try and appease 0.6% of the population?
You know, Ollie, speaking of children, there's a report out of Canada that 17-year-old Christian student Josh Alexander, whom we've interviewed before on this program, was allegedly assaulted by transgender activists as he was handing out Bibles. And also, apparently, some of those trans activists ripped and burned some of those Bibles. Ollie, what more can you tell us about this? It's so disturbing.
So I spoke to Josh the other day, and he's a real freedom fighter. You know, he goes around peacefully protesting, trying to raise awareness of gender ideology and the harm it is causing on society. And I spoke to him, and he actually got arrested for handing out Bibles, Tracy. And this isn't the first person. There's been multiple pastors that have protested against drag story hours that have been arrested also in Canada. But this particular incident was shocking because the trans activists assaulted Josh Alexandra. The police did nothing, and then they arrested him for inciting the violence. Not only that, as he was handing out copies of the New Testament, some of the trans activists, they actually burned, stamped on them, and ripped them to shreds while laughing. And we're seeing this time and time again. These activists are really mocking Christianity. And, you know, I wouldn't see them do that to another religion, Tracy. You know, imagine them doing that to the Quran. It's incredibly offensive to Christians to do that. And, you know, they should show some common respect, but sadly they don't.
Thank you for doing all that you do. We really appreciate it. God bless you.